Howdy, howdy. This is Paul Wayne Dommy. I'm going to do something strange today, and if this seems to have any merit or anybody's interested in this, I'll probably create another channel that deals with what we call sports or sportsmanship, or even God forbid we use the term uh, bush survival skills, those kind of things. But I wanted to show you something today, and I'll show you in a moment. But if we want to get into bushcraft, we will. But I don't. Bushcraft is a new name for me. I just grew up doing it, and most of you that are watching this just grew up doing it. So we grew up doing those things. But I want to tell you what I found yesterday, and if there's much interest in this, then like I said, we will create a sports channel and do maybe one a week video in there or something relevant to that. Now I live out in the woods, and so I love the woods, and I'm a retired infantry soldier, retired grunt, and yeah, I'm a Rock Ranger graduate, from Korea, and hey, I was a Fort Polk soldier in the early '70s. But I want to show you this, so that's just a little intro that I'm a woods man. However, what I got in my hand right here, I picked up yesterday, and I was shocked when I saw it at the Dollar Tree for $1. And I saw this to my wife. Hey, I want that. Now, bear in mind, I probably own 25 knives. No, correction to that statement. I probably own 30 knives. Okay, 30, conservatively figuring, probably 30. But I seen a knife for $1. And I said, man, that's not like the other junk knives, and I've come to find out there's some kitchen knives now that actually are applicable to bushcraft or woods living. I like woods living somewhat better, but this is it. And this came with a safety sheath on it. This knife has a complete. It's almost like a silicone, semi-plastic, semi-rubber, and it has a good fit in the hand. I mean, it feels good. Now I'm going to show you this knife, and I already noticed something about it. It doesn't have a predetermined cut. A pivot hole here for anything, but you could easily drill a hole through this because this is not this is not a full tang. I'm quite sure of that. But this is a $1 knife, $1 plus tax, of course. $1. Dollar Tree. I bought it in Columbus, Georgia, on Gateway Road Avenue, what they call it, by the Gateway Walmart yesterday. And this. I was when I got it home, I was expecting to be a piece of junk. But I was extremely shocked when I found out how well this little case is made. Has a little locking device. Doesn't do a super lock job, but it locks it somewhat. Now, I don't even know the name of this thing. It, but I'm telling you, it's over there in the kitchen utensils that they sell. Now, I took this knife out, and I was saying, you can drill a hole of this probably very easily and make this a neck knife. I probably don't have enough room. Excuse my dress, but I wouldn't change in clothes to make this short video. This is my relaxed mode. So you can actually hang it as a neck knife, but and it's no way to actually attach it with this particular thing to your gear, except for the fact this is just shove in your pack. You could do a lot of things with it. Take it with you. You could rig up, like I said, you can rig up your own sheath or rig up just a string tied on, whatever you want to do. But this knife, I'm gonna take it out, is stainless steel and it's razor sharp. I shaved the hair off my arm when I got home. My wife said, "That's just something all them men do." Well, she's right. If she don't know I'm doing this, but I want to tell you, man, this is a $1 knife. This thing, I'm afraid to touch it with my finger. Well, I'll do it anyway. It is razor sharp right out of the container. $1. Can you imagine how many times I've been places in need of a knife? If I could have got to a Dollar Tree and got one of these. Now I don't have I do have a tape doing. I have my tape measure. A guy like me, and my study becomes my sports center, my storage for hiking and camping and hunting, and that's why so much stuff happening here, and books and everything on ministry and so forth, because we're a minister of Jesus Christ, and He's always number one in my life. The overall total length of this knife is drum roll is actually, wow, I'm shocked. I am shocked. It is 7 3/4, 7 3/4 in length, handle and all. The blade exposed part, because I don't know exactly how far this goes in the handle, I'm not going to take it apart to find out, is a 3.5 inch blade. 3.5 inch blade, and it's the thickest portion It is a 3/4 stick down to the point is right at a 1/2 inch. So now I don't know about Canadian. What do you call that? Different grinds. I sharpen the knife till it's sharpened. I know one way to sharpen. It's at about a 45 to 45, 55 degree angle. I grew up doing it as a boy. I couldn't tell you the exact thing on that. I can teach you how to do it, but I can't tell you exact degrees of that. Doesn't matter. I know how to sharpen a knife right back in just a moment. Okay, but this little knife right here from the Dollar Tree, man, it feels good. Now it has a kind of a sharp spine on the back. I don't know if it'll hit a ferro rod or not. I imagine it will. Most will at some point. Others, some will do better than others. However, this right here, I'd break this baby out and field dress a deer and heartbeat. I'm telling you now. I also have another one I bought from Walmart. It's similar to this, but I paid $3.95 for it, and it is actually what do they call that? Moss yoke, and it's really sold. It also is sold over there with the kitchen utensils for like $3.95, but it's super sharp too, and it's very basically on this same plane, except it has a little hard plastic handle, but it's on the same plane of quality. And it may even be a tad better quality than this metal. I'm sure it probably is. But you're talking about in a pinch, in a hurry. Man, if I was ever out and needed a knife and I can get to a Dollar Tree, I would jump all over this. I mean, I'm telling you, I put this in my usable knives. I have what we call collector knives, stuff you don't really use. I have some of those, which I don't like to have too much of that because, what's the use to have if you ain't gonna use it. But this will go right into my stuff. When I get ready to skin a buck, run a trot line, skin fish, I skin catfish, cut fish up, fillet fish. Now, this won't be my fillet knife, of course, but in a pinch, I'd make it a fillet knife because it's not flexible enough for a fillet knife. However, I will use this, and I would have no heartburn about taking this to the river. See, I always carry a knife to the river. Right now, I'm carrying the old timer little knife on my hip. I carry it to the river. And I always use a dummy cord. We call them dummy cords in the Army. You call them a lance or whatever you want to call them, but it's a dummy cord, so the dummy don't drop it. That's what it's for. That's why I say about cell phones. And here's something for somebody: if you could add an attachment to cell phones with a little small loop that you could put a dummy cord on, and people could wear it, tie it to their body in some fashion, or around their neck or whatever, then you'd find out you wouldn't lose as much, wouldn't drop in the toilet as much, and you also wouldn't have it snatched away from you as much because they'll snatch you away with it. Now, that being said, here's your woodsman tip of the day. When woodsmen go into the big cities, I learned this a long time ago as an infantry soldier traveling all over the world. I'm showing you my knife. I learned this a long time ago traveling all over the world as far as personal security goes with my stuff like money, credit cards, billfold, all that kind of, especially anything that you treasure when you're in a foreign country. When people see you come in the door, this is what they think. He's got money and I'm going to get it. Well, I already think ahead of them. I got money and you can't have it. Now, first, my faith's in God protect me from all that sort of thing. But I learned a long time ago, I carry my billfold in my front pocket. Now, the reason I do that is you're going to look at me if you take my money. And you're going to pay to get it, baby. That's just the way I believe. Now, if the Lord said me to give you money, I'll give it to you. I don't care. Money ain't that important to me. But you ain't just taking it. I'm sorry. Maybe I need to grow in faith a little bit on that or something. But anyhow, look at this knife, man. So this is a good knife. So I carry mine in my front pocket because and I'll tell you another principle too. If you get the principle in your head when you walk around, any salespeople, and I'm not against them, they got to do their job too. But when I walk around, any salespeople, any environment like that, I always walk in with this attitude. I have money and they want it. And they'll do whatever they got to do and tell me whatever they got to tell me in order to get my money. I find out I'll walk out the door with my money. And when I make any purchase that's above $50, I study it 2 or 3 times before I buy it. I study the manufacturer, I study the grade, I study how long it usually lasts, and I may go to the location, best if it's over 100, and look at it 4 or 5 times before I make the final decision. If somebody tells me it's today or never again, I say it's never again, baby. Because if it's, please disregard that phone. Man, I despise telephones. Sorry, I know they're a good level of communication, but they get on my nerves, you know. Anyway, probably some salesman. I'm supposed to be on a no-call list. They call all the time anyway. So this right here would work. Now, there you can also use this. I shouldn't say that, should I? That's carnality. I was trained how to use a knife for fighting. You don't, you can't hang out with all the folks I've hung out with and beat all the military schools I've been to without learning something. So that's the name of the game. I won't go any for that. Before I get a chastisement for the Lord for doing that, I can't. I'm not allowed. I spent a lot of years, taking martial arts and boxing in the army and stuff. And the Lord said I can't do that no more. So I had to hang that up. Anyway, so this is a great knife for utility purposes. And man, I like it because it's maneuverable. See here, it's maneuverable. I got, in case you don't know it, this is a stance with a knife that I actually learned from special forces folk. You turn the blade outward. See the sharp edge out. It's out from you. It gives you ability of defense, and you have your thumb here to give it the drive you need for whatever. So you have that ability to do that. But a hand, if you're not careful, a knife in the hand like this, if you don't know how to handle it and keep it secure, it can easily be knocked out of your hand. But if you try what I just showed you, that ain't going nowhere, baby. Nowhere. Matter of fact, you're in danger of catching something if you come after it. But anyway, I told you I wasn't supposed to say all that. Anyway, irrelevant to the point. Back on this. This is $1. I almost said Dollar General. This isn't Dollar General, even though you should go there. I have stock in it, so go there, please. But this is a Dollar Tree knife. Okay? Dollar Tree knife. See it? Small. I gave you the dimensions already. I'd be willing to take this to the woods, man. And I don't say that about everything. Now I know it's not no super duper go get 'em knife, but I'm telling you right now, this will work in a pinch. I've been in pinches before, a lot of places needed stuff. I've had to make stuff out of tin cans, baby. I had to make it out of a lot of things. But this do trick. $1. $1. Look here at this again. See, little sheath, and it does semi-lock. Pardon me, I'm in a dark room. Can't hardly see. There we go. It does lock in semi. It's not a tight lock. It's just a firm. And so it's not like it's going to like fall out. See, not really falling out. See what I'm saying? But I could make it come out. Now, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, firm's in there. I'm going to be honest with you. If I see some more of these, especially if I find some black, I ain't crazy about the red color. Although it's good for you to find it in the woods. I'm so infantry minded that I don't buy stuff that sticks out like a thumb. I know it's easier to find something yellow, something orange. I understand all that good stuff, but it's just not in my blood. I can't help it. I try. Yeah, I try. So, I'm not advertising for NRA, although I am a life member of NRA. God bless me to be so. I support many things that they agree with. Maybe there's some things they do I don't agree with, but majority of it I do. So anyway, yeah, here we go. This dollar knife can be yours today if you will go to the right Dollar Tree. Okay, I don't know if they all carry. So that's all I'm going to talk about today. So if you'd like to see some more videos based on that, now I can do some activities like some people do. I can go out there and make a fire with a ferro rod and all da. But you've seen all that junk, man. You turn it over and watch somebody else do it. It's the same thing I'd be doing. You can do that stuff. Do I make fire with sticks? Not if I don't. Not unless I don't have some other way. Is it possible to use a feather board, a board, and a bow drill make fire? Yeah. Is it possible to have friction fire with your hand? Yes, that's all possible. But I guarantee you, my first go-to is a big lighter. Yeah. And I also carry waterproof matches. Yeah. So I do all those things. Never go with one way to do something. Always have multiple choices. If one don't work because of whatever happened, elements of water, lost, dropped it, whatever, carry multiple sources to make fire, multiple sources so you can get water, multiple sources so you can get food. Always think ahead. If in a pinch, you can take you give me 5 minutes in a hardware store and I'll come out with stuff for snares and traps. Just give me 5 minutes. I get it. I'll get it, or I can get it from something else. I get it from a clothesline. I get it wherever I can find it. So it's there. I come up by, my parents raised us to make do with what we have. And then when I got in the Army, they called it field expedience. That's all I know what this is. when they said, this is Phil Expedience. You call it bushcraft now. This is Phil Expedience. And I'm saying, that's a cool name, but we just made do what we had. And we made it work, see? Because I can go out there and take a piece of scrap metal, make me a knife if I have to. I take a piece of glass, make a knife. I watched a video on here one time about, matter of fact, I don't know where it's at right now. I watched a video here about making arrowheads from glass. So I come home, made me one. Yeah. I said, well, I can do it. So I made me some arrowheads out of glass. Is that possible? Yeah. Just make sure you don't get one that's really convex a whole lot. You need to try to find a piece of glass and whatever it is. And it needs to be, fairly thick. I'm not going to kid you about that. But anyhow, so if you'd like to see more stuff about this, let me know and I'll try to make some videos. I'm not making money. Okay? It's not that. I just would like to express to you what I think of this little knife. Man, I am impressed. I shaved the hair off my arm as soon as I got home last night, So this little knife is going to stay with me. In fact, I might just get a couple of them, put one in the vehicle, although I already carry a knife in the vehicle. Of course I do. But anyway, so, you can have things like this and not know how to use them also. You can make feathers for fire. You can do a little carving with this. So, you can have tools, but if you don't know how to operate the tools, then you're not very good to you. They're not very good to you. So you need to learn how to operate the tools. And I'm going to tell you something else. One way that you always go to a particular item for a particular need or mission is to train yourself in it. Because if you don't train yourself, when something happens, you won't have it and you won't go to it. And if you do have it, you'll forget you had it because you're not trained to go to it. Okay? A little extra tip there. All right, long time, I don't have a lot of friends. You know why? The Bible says show yourself friendly and you have friends. Well, I agree with that. But some people, really, they're not real friends. See, the Bible also says a friend sticks closer than a brother, and which is Jesus, by the way. And it says a friend, somebody's really a friend, will lay down their life for you. Do you know that? That's the reason I don't call everybody friends, because everybody won't lay their life down for me. Right? All right, here it is. Oh, it dropped my knife. Oh, no. Aren't you glad it's in this little sheath? This thing's hard to hold for some reason. What's wrong with that? You know what it is I got all this background noise going, and I'm afraid you're going to hear it. My daughter and her 2 children have moved back in. Life is different. They've been back 2 months. I love them very much. But we have some different standards of operation. God bless you. Have a good day. In Jesus' name. Bye-bye.